topic right now is the Trump assassination. A lot of people feel a lot of ways. Like, yo, I find myself debating with everybody, even if they think, whether it's just, the main argument right now is, was this a setup? And then I always say, by who? Who set it up? Because if you think this was staged, do you think Trump staged it? Do you think the Democrats was out to do it? So it's like,
I feel like if it was staged, it would have to be a whole thing. Trump couldn't stage it himself. He's not in charge of the Secret Service, so he couldn't stage it himself. Nor is he in charge of that police department down there. So I don't think Trump could have staged it unless it was a whole real coup.
right.
Everybody was in on
a lot
it.
of people to be in on it.
Which is not far-fetched.
Okay.
Which is not far-fetched, but nah, I think it was the Dems, man. I think it was the Democrats doing, like, honestly, and I feel like he don't want to say nothing because he don't want to, you know what I mean? Too much turmoil.
So
They're gonna trick
like
us out of an
this was a
election.
hit.
It was an assassination attempt.
So there was nothing that went up. So you're on the side of nothing that happened that day went as planned, as orchestrated. Like, some people think they killed the man. Like, the theories is wild. Some people think they killed them, they sacrificed the man in the back and the other person who got hit, so that way Trump could go up in the ratings and up in the polls and hit.
Trump was already up in the ratings and up in the polls.
Okay.
They didn't really have to do. Trump was up. Trump won the last election. He was gonna win this one by a landslide. Like, it's not even close.
Just so the audience knows, then, that you believe.
I'm an election denier.
Okay, all right.
I'm an election denier. Only because it was, my nigga, we went to sleep. Trump was winning.
There's not a lot of black people that think like this, so you gotta put it out there. This is the first time a lot of people gonna see a black man saying this.
Yo,
so if this is what you standing on, and you died on that January 6th hill, the floor is yours, sir.
First off,
okay.
We know they was cheating.
Okay.
With the mail-in ballot shit. I don't believe in that. Okay. Go to the voter site, show your ID and vote. That's how that should go. One day only. All of that other shit, we saw. It was mad footage. They live streamed this shit. When we went to sleep, Trump was up in all of the swing states. We went to bed, a pipe broke here, we stopped counting. A pipe broke here, we stopped counting. Yo, something happened here, we stopped counting. Then we wake up, and all of a sudden, Biden won all of these states. Overnight, they counted 300 votes, and none of them was for Donald Trump. They all was for Joe Biden. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. It was blatant, and it was live streamed. We saw it. Did you watch that movie, 2000 Mules?
What's it called?
2000 Mules. It showed how they were stuffing the ballot boxes, the collection sites. It showed them leaving out with suitcases full of.
Theaters or this one of those?
I don't. Maybe it was in certain theaters. I don't know. It was a big thing though.
Okay.
In the conservative world, in right-wing media.
Okay. This is on the truth.
Yeah, it's on that. I watch both sides.
Okay.
I don't trust nobody. So I like to see what the right is doing. I like to see what the left is doing. I put those together and form my own shit. Okay. You know what I mean? I don't just subscribe to one side of nothing. I need both sides of the coin. That's how you could gauge it accurately. You know what I mean? But I think the last election was stolen. But there's nothing they could do this time.
So now let me challenge that. So if you watch both sides and you try to call it down the line, it sounds like a lot of your views are a little left leaning. Is that
right
leaning? It sounds like a lot of your views is a little right leaning. So what views would you say is a little bit more liberal that you have then? Yo, this is a first.
I mean, it's a few.
Right.
You know what? It's because the left went too far with everything and they got too extreme. So it's like a lot of this stuff I'm jacking, like, they just went too extreme with it. I'm about preserving the environment and shit like that, but I don't believe in global warming or whatever theory, this whole carbon. I don't believe in any of that type of shit. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, I do believe in preserving some of the natural landscape of the country, but I don't believe in global warming. So they took it too far with that. I like the idea of electric cars, but they're trying to force them on everybody. They went too far with that. I like the idea of diversity, equity, and inclusion, but it's like went too far with that. It's like everything they did, they went too far with. So now it's kind of like, nah, I don't want none of it now.
It's like an overcorrection in a sense.
And you know what? I don't think so. I really, now that I'm a little bit older, I can look back. I used to be like a real liberal-minded young man, like very on the left. Voted for Obama both times. I was voting for Bernie.
We're gonna get into that one.
I was voting for Bernie. Bernie was my guy. Bernie was my guy. That was my turning point. That was my turning point right there. Once they took Bernie out, I voted for Trump, and I ain't looked back since.
Yeah, and in a sense, I feel like a lot of what the Democrats are reaping right now is what they sold in that situation. Like, y'all thought Bernie was too old or too out of touch, and y'all robbed him. And now look where you at. You got the older, out of touch man as your candidate. And, you know, by the time this comes out, we don't know. Word is that Biden may be stepping down.
Carl, according to multiple Democratic sources, this is happening all of a sudden. Everyone said it would happen gradually and then all at once, and that's what's happening. According to my sources, President Biden has agreed to step down as the Democratic nominee.
Oh, man.
It will happen as early as this weekend. A speech has been drafted for him. He will continue on as president, is his intention.